There's KT. Okay. Uh, Most of you are aware of my constant harping about where the safest and the most lucrative trades are to enter. And I'm always telling you, please don't enter in the middle of value. This is a 60-minute, this happens to be a weekly profile. It could be a daily profile, it could be a monthly profile. But obviously, in this situation, the point of control happens to be right in the middle of the value zone, value high of, this 35 and value low of 27. But the place to enter are obviously as close as possible to value high or higher. The objective to, the outside value is discount wholesale prices. Wholesale prices on the value lines, and this is retail inside here. Retail traders get themselves in trouble quite a bit because look at what's happening in the middle of value. It's constantly, this is where most of the traders are, and it's two-sided trading. There's buyers and sellers here. So you can see it's obviously very choppy in the middle of value. And your trade entries, we have a strong moving up here. We get here and all of a sudden it stops and it's reversed. So if you get in, decide, oh, it's going up, I'm going to get in here, your risk-reward factor and your edge, you don't have one. So this very visually really illustrates this. Now, there can be an exception, and in a situation where, like for instance, in this particular case, the value range was established early here, and there was the previous profile had, this was a double distribution over here. I'm going to draw a line. I'm going to draw a line here. Now, the value zone was created here, but now if we're constantly bouncing off the value line and holding it, you can have a short stop and try to just maintain a long trade. But usually, most of the time, if you really look at profiles, let's go to, this is let's go to this one here. Here's this is our 24-hour profile. Now, if I'll put it on, let's say a 3-minute chart. Let's see here. Yeah, let's make it 10 minutes. Now Friday was a different kind of day. We had obviously volatility on Friday, but during the week, if you're trying to enter inside here, it's just very, very choppy. So it's very hard, very difficult to get a really, unless you're scalping for, 1.5 points or a few ticks, the better to be patient and wait for the edges is possible. Now, if some of you don't have, that's the value of having volume profiles on a chart. I've talked about using Bollinger Bands. Let's see here. I want to add here. Where are the Bollinger Bands? I guess you can use the center line as you want to try to enter on the edges instead of trying to enter in the middle, unless I don't see any. See, this is a 10-minute chart. Let's make it a 30. If you see that the market comes from the lower edge and is now holding the line, and that's one way of doing it, but it's better if you wait for the poke outs of value, and then you get into the, and first goal is get to the middle and then to the, to the other edge. So that's how I would use that if you don't have volume profiles. Let's see here. Frank, let's see. I just saw your comment. I'm not sure. Shall I go back to our weekly chart? Let me see here. I'm going to come back to this. I think I'll cover, let's see here. Well, this was amazing. Let's get an overview of the ES now for next week. First of all, here's our daily. I want to get some levels that we can watch. Let's see, this is the daily. All right. As you can see, actually, I think I have. Okay. This is our it points out the days, but I want to know I want to know where value is. So I use these variations for different reasons. Here I can see, I look for the opening price of the week, and I draw lines where you can see the distributions are. This looks like a value zone. So let's put a different chart up here. This is a trading for the week. This was last week. What markets will do. Obviously, we made new all-time highs again. I think we're getting close to the top. I'll be astounded if we get over the 2450s. And if you look at the option trading on the SPX, you'll see where there's massive interest at obviously 50, 25, 50, but there was a big interest on the spiders at 40 and 45 this week. Anyway, here's you can see here's our value zone for the week, and of course markets do this on purpose. They create prices that are accepted and make a specific level, and then they move on. Now either they're going to move on down and obviously we should be watching very carefully this. If below this 28 line, between this 17 and 28, there's almost no volume at all. So this needs to be there's work to be done here. They need to fill it in, and then we could say that, well, maybe the support is here at the 2410. We have high volume at 1150 for the week here. So if we say we closed at 28, 10 points down is 18, 20 points down would be 08. So I would be thinking I'll be watching these kind of numbers. Like let's move this to 08. You look at where the close was. Opens and closes on all bars are important for various reasons, depending on the size, whether it's hourly, weekly, daily. So the close for the weekly bar here was this 2850. So 10 points above that is 38, and then of course another 10 points would be 48, which is approaching that 50 line. So, and at the moment there's no definite direction here which way we're going to go, and of course a lot of it depends on various external factors, although I believe the market knows what it wants to do. It's just, I think it hides behind news events. It uses news events to have people, talking heads, tell you, well, this is why the market did what it did. I don't believe that. I haven't believed it for a long time. My only evidence of proof is there'll be great news and the market will go down, and there'll be bad news and the market will go up. There's something else at work. And maybe it has to do with currencies and other factors. I mean, I'm sure it has to do with currencies. Currencies are the one thing that leads everything. It's cash. Then that cash gets put into investments, which include equities is one, real estate, and other things. So that's what I'd be looking for. I would make a note that our closing bar for the week is at 28, and I would mark specifically, 10 and 20 points on either side of that for possible ranges where the market can go. If it gets above the volume POC and starts trading in holds, obviously we're going to go longer. Then, of course, let's see, in this particular week, I would guess, let's see, where's the middle is right here. It's right at 20. It happens to be the center. That's interesting that they got it back up to the middle of the range. I think it was a 50%. There's a 50% line. So the POC is above here, so that's kind of saying, well, okay, the most of the trading is above the 50%. So I don't know if this is a test or if they're going to come down, and there's several scenarios that can happen. One thing we'll do it in a few minutes. We just started a brand new contract, so that's not going to give us a lot of information yet. But we'll look at the delta of what happened with the start of the brand new contract to see if there's any start of any collecting of any inventory. But we've only traded it one day, so it's not going to tell us a whole lot. Beyond coming down below here, I use this tool. Okay, the value low of the previous week is this 2403, and with the naked POC here, target at 11. So I'll pull back. Let's see, right now it's 240. Let's see. We'll call it 24 points. It's still 24 points is like 1%, 2%, 48, etc. So you can do the math of a 3 to 5% pull down. 3 times would be 75. 4% roughly is 100 points. So markets that are going to really tumble, they're going to go down, 5 to 10%. And so 10% would be, like 250 points down below here. So we look lower. there is, it looks like the work that needs to be done, I think, is below the 2,300. But right now, I'm not sure what's coming up this week, other than more potential news about our government and what's going on with these investigations, and if the markets perceive that we're not going to accomplish very much in the future here, there will be a correction. We just don't know when or how. We just have to pay attention to, these value areas that have been accepted, and where everybody's happy trading, and then when we leave them, what the potential is and where it can go. Anybody have any comments or questions about this? What was the excuse? Well, the excuse was we had, first of all, there's rolling over to a new contract. There was a collection, they had collected an inventory of shorts. No, actually, well, they go to high as they can, and then they distribute. So there was, that's where they make their money. No, it's just this kind of move. Don't forget. Look at we've been having. We haven't had a good. This used to happen quite often. When I first tried to trade the indexes, like 12, 15 years ago, we would get 10, 20, 30 point days all the time. And I just, it kills me, because today I would know how to trade that. Where then it was just, when you first started trying to enter a trade in the index, you remember the first time you did it? You had no idea what to do, and so you think it's going to stop and you're going to go one way, and you get in, and of course it goes against you, and you say, oh, it's not going to go too much farther, and then it goes farther, and it goes farther again, and but we've had with this high frequency trading and algorithms, and it's all done on computers. It's not done on the floor anymore. The markets have changed dramatically. If you listen to Bill at night, he'll tell you, I don't know what the hell to do here. Well, he's experienced as anybody that I know. He's traded a lot more than me. He's been a broker, and he's been in the markets for 40 years. And if he doesn't know, I don't know who does. But we shouldn't worry about it. We just need to have a method and a way of, of capturing a range and figuring out where's the best place to get in. Yeah. Well, yeah. So this is very healthy to do this. And we want to see more of this, actually. I'll tell you what happened to me on Friday. I was in originally 2 ticks from the high. I hung in there. Finally, I went to I took my break, but I took the trade off. And by the time I woke up, the market was down here. It was down 20 points. Let's see, what time exactly was it? No, I think it was trading. It had gone like a minimum 10 or 15 points. Yeah, but you can see that we need these pressure valve releases. But you know, the big money people, look at all these small ranges, you know. So you can see we had a starting of an indication last week of all-time high. We had the highest volume POC of the year. Then we started, lower high, lower high. We poked up a little bit. Was going sideways for 2 days. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At any rate, and you can see that there's lots of volume in pretty tight range, to 26 to in this roughly 10-point range in here. But you can see it's obvious we need to come and fill in some. They did a little bit on Friday, put some volume in here. But here's our, 1150. The dark pools. Dark pools. I have, I've forgotten about it. I don't know, I think about 2 years ago, I actually I was in a website, and I've forgotten the name of this thing. It shows, it's software that it's supposedly showing the dark pools, or when the real heavy money was coming into the market. And just like anything, it takes a while to learn it, and I just bookmap. Let's see. You have a link? Bookmap. And let's take a quick look if it's the same one. Let's see here. What do we? This name doesn't sound familiar. Review bookmap, trading, YouTube bookmap. Let me.
As a trader, the ability to adapt to market changes.
This may do something similar, but it's not the site. I don't recognize the charts. I'm sure there's so much stuff out there. There's been a proliferation of trading rooms and education and customized software. Yeah, I've probably forgotten more than I've seen this all kinds of stuff, and what it boils down to, I always keep coming back to. I have, I think, the simplest, direct method of using volume profiles to enter trades, to stay out of the middle, to get on the edges, do some homework, do your levels, and then getting entered is by reading the candles. Let's see here. Well, okay. Any questions we can get? Let's see. What should we do here now? Now let's go here. This is Friday. I'm gonna do. Now Friday came down to. Let's see here. It came right down to, this was, remember I'm always talking about breakouts or levels where they push up and they never get retested. And that was retested. Here's the one that wasn't. So I saw on another chart, I thought they came to a volume POC. They missed this one. I always want to know why they stop. I guess if this is it. If I don't have a line where they stopped, I want to know why, so I always look. Because most of the time, when a market does this, well, sometimes they'll front run a number. That might have happened here. It was, people know, there's institutions know where the volumes are, and it's not a secret. I mean, anybody that doesn't know anything about profile doesn't know this is there and how important that number is. But some institutions they'll load up orders in front of it, so it will it will just overcome the sellers. Yeah, anyway, the software I thought was quite interesting, showing the dark pool money, but it was a real unique looking chart, and But it was just another added expense, and I didn't think it was that helpful to be worth it. There's a lot of interesting things out there, but now the room is going to have some new software. I've peeked at it. It's, to me, and it's based on profiles, and you've seen the charts that Harry's been putting up. There is I just got a new video of it explaining what it does. But to me, it's like a red light, green light solution to real profiles, So I just assumed, and the problem is, now Harry was talking about, boxes. Here's this box, but he keeps taking trades in the middle of the box. If this blue zone is the box, don't start your trade here. I don't understand. Too long a time frame outlook good for. Well, I think let's look at. Let's go back here. Do I have a bar chart up here? Okay. If you, one thing is to pay attention to, let's go to an hourly chart here. Oop. Shoot. I have to tell it to go to hourly, not volume. Let's see. Let me clean this up so we can make some sense out of it. PT bar. Do most of you do any of you? I know Hawkeye trades at night. How many of you trade at night? Oh, I don't think Harry wants to be a scalper. Why would he hang on when the market goes 10 points against him? If he was scalping, he'd be taking it off right away. No, Harry's been around a long time too, and since I joined this room, he's picked up a lot of stuff that I know and I've showed him, but then he goes off on his own. he has his own way of trading the market. But you know as well as I do how often he calls a trade and he gets in and it goes immediately against him. So I wanted to make a point here. Okay, let's just do this the easy way here. I'm gonna delete all except buttons. Okay. Boom. So here we have hourly chart. Here's a weekly profile. And of course, now we can see the whole week. But what do we have to well, this was trading this week. At the end of last week, it pushed up to these new highs. So our information was this 29, 25 was the previous week's value high. We had I'm gonna edit this for something. Now we can either manually draw. Okay, let's just do that right now. So last week, and of course we can use the opens and closes of these bars. So this was an important level. You can see that right above it, there's volume right here. So this number became important. There was another open and close right here at 23. So this is this is how you can, when you do your homework, this is what you look for. I'm using the opens and closes of 1 hour bars. Okay. So where did this come down to? This see, I would have paid attention. It missed this by a couple of ticks right in here. This 1175, and I think that was a factor of when the market pounded down this low. They were looking for this balance zone, and there was demand here. It was instant demand. That thing went straight up. So so we have these numbers, but during the week, it only used up until Friday. It only used these were the numbers to trade off of. This 24 half and 23. So if you were paying attention and had your lines drawn, you could have entries here with a minimal, five tick stop or something, or less. And at the beginning of the week, you can see that it made new highs, and these are all tails here on hourly bars. So you would have a line. I would draw a line right here as possible. This is a resistance zone. Obviously, when they got there, these guys, when they shorted this, they put stops. They put stops above here. Well, they hit them. That's why this thing went up so high. 20. Let's see. Between. Yeah, that's correct. I would say 27 is probably up to 30. You're right. You can see there was more chop above 30. And where is it? It's right in the damn middle. So, okay, so this is an hourly chart. So how do you, if this comes down, to value low. Now, how do you get in here? So I'll show you what I do. First of all, I have an hourly, I have this chart. And I'm just going to make this quick here. I'm going to, well, let's see. I'll put a, where's the weekly? And I'm going to go to 5,000. All right, so let's get to the here's the don't forget with the beginning of the week it starts off, you know, the value zone is it's in between. It starts here. You know, this does not exist at the beginning of this week. But what we had, okay, here's this. I'm hoping this. Okay, here's this bar. You see on the left here, I'm putting there's an hourly bar. Then here's another one, and here's another one. But you can see, at any rate, so I'm watching these tails here. Well, I'm watching my small chart. So market makes a new high. And at this point, this was 24.38.39. This was new all-time highs again. And it's very typical. The market goes sideways because it's never been traded before. So what does it do? It's got to put volume in. So this is what drives you crazy, because you know you want to get in it, but then the market doesn't move. Well, this was at 10 o'clock Eastern. For an hour, it trades in a 37 to 30, less than 2 points. But we are at new highs here. What do we? This momentum indicator? This is a new one. I rarely look at new stuff, but I kind of like what I see here. In the IRT, it's called the True Strength Indicator, and it's incorporated the squeeze, which is the squeeze is squeeze of when the Bollinger Bands get real narrow and tight. That's called a squeeze, and so it's telling me that there's a squeeze on. But if we look here, we're getting divergence. This is a lower on. It's the same basic height, but then we get to this third touch up here, and look at everything it's all selling. So this is safe to go short. Well, then of course you get in short, and it goes just well, it went down to 34.50 from 30. It went 4 points, but then it comes right back up. So let's move forward here. At any rate, I'm looking for this is. I like to see at highs and lows. I like to see sideways movement. this gives me a chance to see, to watch for divergence, number one. And number two, I have minimal risk here. I can put a stop, or if I want 2 points, 1.5 points, if I just want 2 ticks over the high, I can control my risk. I don't have to have a 3 or 4 point risk. People that will put 3 or 4 point stops, I mean, they have no confidence in what they're doing. They give it lots of room. Well, and a lot of times it'll go take it, So if it's going to go above here, I want out. So at any rate, I'm looking for, excuse me here. Let's examine this a little closer. Let's see, I want to go to arrow here. Here, the body here, this did not test it, but this is a lower high. But now, this is golden for me. It tests it and it pulls down. So, to me, this is a great place to get entered. And of course, it made a little bit of money. What did this come down to? Where did it stop? Well, let's see, there was this line. This was where the market came down. It broke out. It did not retest this number. And in this situation, I would take this line and I would put it right there for the future. Because not only did they didn't test this one, they didn't test this one. Well, look what happened. It tested, it came to the tick. And it goes up. And then it even probed a little lower. But there were enough buyers here to see right here. You can see the turn, and the buyers stepped in right here. So that was it. So now we come back up here again. This was, they spent a lot of time because we were at all-time highs. And so here's another test. But look at, it's the same price. But look where the divergence is building here. And of course, so you should not be trying to buy it up. You should be, in this situation, only taking shorts. So then, of course, and if you have the discipline to stay there, and that's a hard thing to do, because it's nervous enough, when you get in. But if it goes for an hour and it doesn't do anything, it just psychologically it's challenging. I think it's challenging for anybody that does this. I don't care how good you are. You're still thinking about it. You've got risk on. Your risk is on. So in this situation, let's see what happened here. Okay, was this, look, it goes off the window real quick. So this is let's see, we'll put this happens to be the night. This is Globex, and all right. So then now we've got Globex low. This is the 5:30 report or 8:30 report, depending what your time zone is. Here's a double bottom. Market opens. Huge divergence at this double bottom. If you don't get in here, if it pushes up, you wait for the retest. What did it do? It comes down, and so your entry has to be one tick above this, and your stop just needs to be below this. What did this do? Let's see here. Where is that? Okay, here's the hourly bar. Let me spread this apart. Here's the Globex low. Let me put this on. The Globex, then here's our opening. First hour. Second hour. And this goes over here. So at any rate, then we get into the middle of value. So this trade goes from 20. I got this trade. In fact, I had an order sitting here when this came up. It went up to almost 28, and it came down and filled me, and I was in. The early part of and I don't always get in. If I'm not in pre-market, I a lot of times wait for the first 30 minutes to an hour before I'll trade. So let's see, the KT state, doggone it. KT keeps asking me how come I took that trade. Are you here, KT? Sometimes your name disappears. When I think you're not here, but you're here. She's not responding, so maybe she's not here. Anyway, any questions about where you should be thinking about entering a trade if you're going to do it? In this situation, this is the weekly, so here's our, if we go to the let's go to, I got a bunch of old marks on there. So if we go here and we go to the 1440 and we make it a, we'll just right now put make it a 5-minute chart. If we go back here, yeah, I don't use minute charts. I did, I do it on the larger, on 30 minutes minimum, but otherwise I really don't look at minute charts anymore. Same principle though. I just think that the volume charts are, they give me better information than a minute chart. I mean, it's just different. It's learning to read candles. Hawkeye uses even a 30-second chart. That's one of the methods. Do you use that on the ES, or what do you use on the ES, Hawkeye? And this is 30 seconds. But you know, it's this. What's the same principle we have here? Here's another advantage, by the way, of IRT software. You see these. Let's see. Let me take off. I'm going to remove these lines. Delete. Let's go back here. IRT, you can set a profile to automatically draw high volume and low volume numbers. As you can see, we opened up here. There was very low volume right at this point, so it draws this line. And low volume are usually more prone to be support and resistance lines. No, I'm going to make this a 1 minute. Your 30 seconds actually might be good on something like oil or gold, but let's just go to 1 minute. So this is 1 minute chart. So what we have information here. Here's at this point, would that be drawn? Let's not take that. Let's put this one. Okay, we have, okay. Our information, we always refer to the previous day. And this is session 31, and here's, oh, this is the night. Okay, this is the start of Globex. Okay. Yeah, because I have two ways of looking at it. I got this just doesn't have the profile. Let's see here. Edit button. Edit. Show. Yeah, I don't have this one drawing. So this is regular time. This is the beginning of Globex. And what we refer to then is the previous day for levels. Okay, where did the sellers come in? You know, this was the high with a probe above it. It was a naked POC up here from previous days. So our value zone is this 32, 20, 27 to 32 roughly. And so this is where the market traded above value. Now it's gonna, this is wholesale prices up here. It's going to trade down to low value, and of course there's a tag. This was a breakout bar with no retest. They tested it to the tick and pushed off of it. So, and then here we had a pivot. So in overnight they came down and they took care of this pivot, etc. And the goal was this was the high volume price of the day, 24.30. So in Globex they got up to that number, and then of course they started trading above that, and then they brought this volume POC for Globex period up to this number. All the volume from overnight then came in here. Okay, it's continuing. That's how I was wondering. So they made value high here. So then, for the night, this was the value zone they traded in, and they traded more at this price than anything else. I'm sure this volume PSC probably was up here, moved around. Anyway, shall we look at some other? I want to start trading. The problem is for me in the room calling trades oil and gold, and that is not always easy because it's at the, those pits are closed. But let's take a peek at some of these optional markets. Let's do this. I'm going to put a daily up here. Does anybody here trade the YM or the NQ? Or you have a request? Ellen wants to look at gold. Okay. Yeah, I'm really interested in gold. I have not really, I've traded it on the simulator, and see, I think that focusing on a market and screen time, I think, is real important to know the personality of what it can do. So, oops, I gotta go to, this is gold, August gold. Yeah, look at this. This price, the gold, this is Friday, I guess it opened. There was probably orders already, a lot of orders sitting there. That's why it didn't tag it. This was front run by professionals there. So, well, this gold, I guess on Friday it gapped down. This is the yeah, this does not have Globex in it. So let's put the Globex in it. Ellen, do you trade at night? No, I thought I saw you at night. Maybe not. Is there another Ellen? So here, Thursday, oh my God, look at gold there. This is, this is Thursday night. 1284, 84, 74, almost not far off, 20 bucks. Jesus. Yeah, anyway, this is, so gold obviously is in a downtrend, right? So I would be looking to, if gold got up to here, that's the 1276. So we got highs of gold, 1290, almost 1300. I guess they were trying to get there. Didn't quite make it. We got to 98s. So then we have lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, and then a real sell-off to a this low volume number here. And so Friday, so let's, for this coming week, let's make this a weekly. So we have, I'm going to do a weekly because, let's see, I just go here and we'll leave it on 24 hours because I think gold is one of the things you can trade at night. I think a lot of moves are, you can see this was a nighttime move here. Where did it open? Well, first of all, let me get it on weekly. 5. Oh, I don't need 39 weeks. Put it. I should have changed this number. That's a lot of data. You know, the profiles use tick data, so here's what's last week in gold. So they came to here. This was a previous weekly close. Yeah, opens and closes are important. That's how I figure out why something stopped. If I didn't have it drawn. Yeah, this was kind of this close of this week was kind of an over-underline. And this was value. So this is value high for this week. So you can see if they start to get inside this value, then it'll go the 80% rule. It'll come down to low value. All right, so this is the weekly. Here's last week, and I'm assuming it's going to come down to the downside here. Toggle. Yeah, okay. So we made high volume was here. So we would look for. Okay, let's go now to. I'm going to switch to Rainbow. I want to go letters. Rainbow days. Okay. So each day is a different color. Here's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So for gold, I would assume, let me look here, reference lines. Take them, don't take them, let's see, the 12, okay, anything with 12 I want to leave. I'll take that off, leave that one. 24, 24, 24, 24, 24, 24. 24 apply. Okay. So this probably is resistance. Oh, here's the other thing. These are 30-minute periods, I think. Let's double check. 30 minutes. You can make them 1 hour, but we use 30 minutes. Next one would be I'm trying to get, what's this number here? 82, 78, 82. Okay, so there's 78, 88, that's 10 points. Here's another one right here. 91. Now where can we go to the low side here? So lower side, so we got a volume POC here at 1256. Well, there could be support right here, 1260. If they get below the POC here, value low is right here. What's the number? Okay, it's right. There's value low, 51. It's roughly $10. And there's a single print here with the center. So this is at 1245. So you got single prints marking and then another volume. So these are the levels for gold, I would say, for next week. Let me see if I can do a screen capture here, and let's see. I tell you, I'm going to make them 60 minutes, and then I'll give you a screen capture of these numbers. What service? Let's see, I'm trying to, if I do that. Well, okay, it's more important to see these numbers. So, here I'm going to share picture. I'm going to post this in the room here. Copy. Oh, come on. Where did it disappeared here? I'm trying to get it posted here. I don't see the. I'm putting it in. I'm pasting it in the. Where's the send? I'm hitting the return button, and it's not putting it in the room here. One second. So there's the screen capture of this chart with the gold levels. Should we do another one? These are big levels for possible support and resistance lines on gold. What next? Anybody got a request? Euro. Okay. So the gold's coming down. Shall we? This is. Let's see here. Well, that's interesting. Okay, so euro and you said that euro and gold move the same way. They move the same or the opposite. Let's see here. Yeah, so all right, so the euro difference lines. Well, I don't want to take those off. So what I want to do is duplicate this. Duplicate. Save. Now, if we look at the day, obviously gold had a very large update. It's all, I guess, in proportion to the so let's see what happened here. Now I can take these off. Apply. So for the euro, this was the close of the previous week. They probed it just a tiny bit. Let's see here. There's the high. Actually, it was a double top, basically. One tick difference. So, wow. Because each dot is the opening of that particular bar. Now, the week opened up here. Usually I mark the opening of the week. It's brighter. So we had what? No crosshairs on here. Want to see. Obviously, we had a value zone in here. Let's go to some levels. Well, I would say here's a low. This is a kind of a shelf. I would draw this. It's only a couple ticks below there. Would draw this one. No. Well, here's our close. So that's important. Then here's value low. We broke down out of value, but there was volume in here, so that's what kept it from dropping. And we have a shelf right there. Possible support here. There's a kind of a notch here in the ship. You look at notches on profiles. Here's another kind of a support looking right here. Okay. Here's a higher volume, but let's see here, where else we would do. Ah, come on. I want this number. Right here. So here's some basic numbers for the euro. If it comes down below here, it gets real thin and it can really drop like a stone. You know, well, here's the value low of this week right here. So let's look at this. So here's our, okay, Frank. I'll put, these are the euro numbers here. Share picture. Copy. All right, there's the euro. The other thing I'm particularly interested in, well, of course, oil. I'm going to save this save as so there's the euro. Let me see here. Is this the gold? Save as. Gold weekly. Oh. All right. Let's do oil. So there. Oil. Let's see. I want to duplicate this chart. and I'm going to call it YLKLY. And then we convert it to, this is July oil. So oil is obviously in a big direction down. Where's it going to find the bottom here? Should we look at, I'm going to look at monthly oil. Monthly 24-hour session. Damn, look at this. Well, look at here. There was 2 months where the high volume price was at this 45. Look at this. Okay, T, you're back. Did you go out of the room, KT? I don't know if maybe she's, oh, there you are. Okay. Oh, internet issue. Okay, I want to make sure you were gone during a real important part of today's discussion. So I want you to make sure you check the video out. I did it especially for you. Okay, so here we are. This is oil now. The big picture on oil is if you're a buyer on oil, you're in trouble. So last week oil dropped from 49 to drop $5. If it we can see numbers above here. No, let's see. I have to go in and take all this off. So for levels for last week, obviously this was a high. This is a failure here at 48.09. And then this was the breakdown, 47.55. There is an in-between one, but let's see here. And I don't know when you arrived. We went through the ES. We did the gold, the euro. Now we're doing oil on the big levels to watch for trading. Let's see. There's a little bit. I'm not sure here. This is, no, that's probably good as any. And then we have resistance there. And we have, let's see here. Didn't do what I wanted. Oh, here, yeah. I'm trying to see where support can be here. If we have this low, how many lines do I got? So I shift over this way. Ay, ay, ay. Boy, when it really moves, it moves hard. Let's see, these are, no, these are 60, these are 1 hour bars, wow. So we have a low down here, 43. And then right here, or here, I'll use this one. 44, and if I have another one, okay, so this is 75, that's, okay. So on oil, obviously, we have this 49.20, 48.30. There might be a, okay, here's a close, that's important. These are oil numbers. The thing is, these are hourly bars and the thing still wants to run off the page. So I'm going to have to squeeze it. This is 45.30. Move this. 45.20. So if oil goes down 45 to, we'll take it from this level here. Oh, here I can, this way I can see it. All right, and above here, around 50. So above this line, probably wants to get back to the 50s. Otherwise, here's our bigger levels. Sure, Frederick. Let's see, share. Okay, here is, whoop, no, copy. Okay, this is the oil, big levels. All right, now Frederick wants to see some stocks. And let's just take a quick look at the VIX. Because the VIX is our volatility measure, and it obviously took a big jump. These when it's trading down at below 10, it's really freaky. So just keep your eye on the VIX. You know, if it's dropping, the market's going to go up. If it's going up, the market's going to come down. So let's see. Let's do, let's see, you wanted Amazon. Amazon. Okay, first of all, let's get rid of the nighttime. And let me, this weekly, let's see, edit button, edit, I'm going to take this off. Take this off. Take this off. And I'll go to okay, Frederick. I want to put on. I want to put my other momentum indicator on here. No, I want to take this off. Come on. Doggone it. Oh, here we are. Delete. What I'm trying to, I want this off, and I want MACD off. I just want to see what my, let's see here, I want to add the, all right. Okay. Wow, looks like there was a pivot here at 928. I'll extend that line. Come on. Maybe I have to use this one. Look at this, Frederick. There was a pivot down here from let's see, 1, 2, 3 weeks ago. So right now, I would say, this is 30-minute chart. Right now, it needs to hold again. It needs to, if it's going to go back up, it needs to hold the 72. Frederick, are you going to mark your chart? Or are you making notes? And then we have value high here. For the week. And here's another pivot. Oh, it works the same on anything. So, do you trade stocks? Okay, if you just want to peek at we can look at anything. Let's see. You want to see Google. Same principle. These are 30-minute charts, but we have value low and value high. And here's another one. Look at this. Well, this software, it marks, I have it adding the 10% of value, 90% of value. Normally value is 70%, but it draws these purple lines that are 90% of value. And look at this. There's right there, and it comes right to the tick. So it looks like it still could come down some more until this turns and crosses over, but it was pretty bullish until right there. Now, if I was, let's see, we traded, we thought the market was going to pull down, but what did we trade Friday? But this you want weekly highs and lows to get your options. This is perfect for options. It's good for anything. All a profile is telling you. It's the most critical thing about trading equities is volume and price. Where is the volume? Who's buying what where? It's an auction. So when prices get to a certain level at the high, you run out of buyers. So the sellers step in. It comes down to look in this situation. When it came down here, I don't think the volume POC was there, but probably was value low. But eventually, with enough with enough trading here, you can see that there were a lot of buyers here at this price. They held it and pushed it up. Then they ran into these sellers that probably defended their position, and it pulled back, but then it goes sideways, and it's the same exact principle. No matter what you trade, I don't care if it's see, what's the other one you wanted? Priceline. If I have it, let's see here. I don't have it on my list. What is it? PCLN? PCLN. What software do you use? You use TradeStation or eSignal or Thinkorswim? Okay. Well, have you looked at Tastyworks? Have you checked out Tastyworks? Oh, Frederick. Tastyworks, it's $1 a contract to get in, $1 a contract, and no charge to get out. Tastyworks. You need to check it out. Because if you like John, okay, but then you have to pay to get out, right? Yeah, Tastyworks, you don't have to pay to get out. So if, like, for instance, if you bought something for a nickel and at the end of the day it was 3 cents, you could get your 3 cents back without paying fee. So, because and I know Thinkorswim has just recently lowered their prices. I want you to observe something else here, Frederick. This is on Priceline. Started off this week, puts lots of volume here, lots of buyers here, and the thing went up, and it comes back down just literally within pennies of the volume, and pushes off. What time is it here? It's 9 o'clock. Have I covered the 2 hours okay? Anybody else have a question? So I don't know. I think Thinkorswim has some sort of they don't have anything like this. They have a very, very complex, incredible software. But if you want to trade the profile, that doesn't have the capability of what this has. Let's see, your Thinkorswim. Frederick, what broker do you use Thinkorswim for option, or what about, do you trade the indexes with Thinkorswim? because okay, Infinity. If you have Infinity, if you subscribe to Market Profile, this is $100 a month, and you can get the data. This is for indexes only, no stocks. You can get free data with Infinity, so you can get these charts for when you trade. You can use them. Well, you can't use them for stocks because you don't have. You'd have to buy special. You have to pay extra for data for stocks. So you either go to Tastyworks, because they supply data, and they're all about options. And then you do a separate. You don't have to pay for data there. Then you would use Infinity. No, to use these, you need to have IQ feed for if you're going to do options and stocks with these profiles, then you need the data. So increases your overhead, a couple $100 a month. But I wouldn't know how to trade without Profile. So any further questions here? I'm gonna go get breakfast. It's 9 o'clock here. I think we had a pretty good session today, covered a lot of different things. And those that are watching the video, I hope you got something that's helpful. Those of you who just watch the videos, if you have requests to review something, you can get in touch with me either in the room or via email. Let me see. I'm gonna post my email here for those video listeners. Whoop. There's that old caps sucker. Greg, you can shut it off.